13 News Now begins in storm mode.
All right, a state of emergency just issued for Virginia. This is a look at the eastern shore. Watch a prig right there. Flurries and biting temperatures are smacking Hampton roads right now. Bodies of water are freezing.
Now take a look at this video of Stumpy Lake in Virginia Beach, and these frigid temperatures won't be going away anytime soon. Evan is tracking the snow and everything else that comes with this massive winter storm. Evan, what can we expect as the night goes on?
Well, as the night goes on, we'll start to see more of that snow moving in. We've already seen a couple of snow showers out ahead of the main system. You can see that here, and it has been enough to dump a quick dusting on the ground through parts of Virginia Beach, even back into areas of Chesapeake. But the main batch of snow is still off towards our south, and we still have temperatures above freezing, especially closer to the coastline. So initially, it'll start out as some rain across coastal North Carolina. Here's that low we've talked about the past several days would form off the coast of Florida, start to work its way parallel to the coastline. They even had snow just north of Jacksonville, Florida earlier today and back through central northern Florida. Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina picking up the snow, and right along the coast, that's where we've seen some rain mixing in and some sleet and some freezing rain as well. So coastal North Carolina likely starting out as some rain, and that'll be the case as we go through the evening. Now, after about 7 or 8 o'clock, that's when we'll start to see a lot of that snow forming, and it's going to be right here from the eastern shore back through Southside into North Carolina. Again, much of the area expecting 6 to 10 inches of snow. And if we get some of those heavier downbursts, there could be some locations that pick up nearly a foot of snow. Right along the coastal areas of North Carolina, those amounts a little bit lower as you'll initially start out as some rain. And the backside of the storm system, and that still includes parts of Southampton County, Surrey, Sussex, northern James City County, still looking at 3 to 6 inches of snow. West of Richmond, those numbers go down quite a bit, as this is really going to be a coastal event. So if you have those evening plans, again, it's going to be cold. Temperatures are above freezing right now, but they will be dropping quickly, and we'll look for those readings to hold generally in the low to mid 30s, and that snow, those chances going up, especially after 6 o'clock tonight. And the heavy snow will continue through the overnight and into the morning hours tomorrow. We'll time it out more with Futurecast, and I'll have the full forecast coming up in a few minutes.
We are tracking this storm on every front with team coverage. Our team of the most trusted meteorologists in Hampton Roads are tracking the latest conditions, how to prepare for the storm, and what VDOT is doing to keep you safe. We'll have that story in just a moment.
Yeah, but first, some schools across Hampton Roads closed early today and canceled classes for tomorrow. 13 News Now reporter Jacqueline Lee spoke to parents all day.
She joins us live in front of Kempsville High School. Jacqueline, what are the parents and students saying?
Yeah, guys, well, of course the students are super excited. They get to go home early. They have tomorrow off. For parents, it's a bit of a mixed bag. But first off, as you guys said, I'm here at Kempsville High School. If you guys take a look at the parking lot, there is some nice blanket of snow that got out here. I'm actually really bummed because the snow is really coming down here for the past 20 minutes. I guess it stopped about 5 minutes ago. I really wanted to show you guys back at home. It was really beautiful. It's like a beautiful winter wonderland. But the snow is the reason why school let out 2 hours early today, and that the schools will be closed tomorrow. So with parents I spoke with, some of them were very grateful for the school district that they closed early. They said it was a safety issue. Some parents told me they didn't want their kids to be on a school bus on an icy road. They just said that wasn't safe. So they're grateful again to the school for closing and making that decision. But also there are parents who were not as happy about the early dismissals and the closures. I talked with one parent. He was a full-time working dad, and he had to take time out of his day to go pick up his kids.
With all the bad conditions in the area, anybody out on the roads. However, it is very disruptive because you got to take time away from your day when you don't have that actual time.
And coming up on 13 News Now at 5, I'll tell you about the different factors that go into making the decision for schools to be canceled or dismissed early. So live in Virginia Beach, Jacqueline Lee, 13 News Now.
Stay with us for the latest school delays and closures across southeastern Virginia and northeastern North Carolina. We'll have those running at the bottom of your screen and on 13newsnow.com.
All right, now for a live look at our traffic network. VDOT is working nonstop, making sure the roads are treated prior to the storm. 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens is live in Newport News. And Nico, VDOT's focus is exactly where? I imagine the interstates, right?
Yeah, Janet, they were all over Hampton roads today, taking care of the Interstate 664, many of those main roads like Jefferson Avenue here in Newport News. Now, if you've been driving today and the roads look white, like there's some sort of powder-like substance on them, that's because VDOT did their part in pre-treating the roads, again, all across Hampton roads. Now, earlier today, they were on Route 199 in James City County. You can see in this video here, it's more visible in other places. Paula Miller with VDOT said around noon today they pre-treated a majority of the roads on the peninsula and on the south side. VDOT says they're prepared if we get 5 inches of snow. They're prepared if we get 12 inches. I spoke to several people today at the grocery store. They're trying to be and get prepared as well.
Rushing, trying to beat everybody. It's going to be snowmageddon. Trying to be prepared as we can. We get generators, so hopefully if we do lose power, we are able to, stay warm.
And we've been saying this for the last 2 days now. No matter how much snow we get, VDOT's goal and their hope is to have all state-maintained roads open and passable within 48 hours after the storm ends. Live in Newport News, I'm Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.
Well, buses, ferries, and light rail are running as scheduled, but that could change depending on how much snow we get. Service may be limited to the 11 snow routes, and you'll notice the bus stops on those routes. They're designated with snowflakes. Those buses run once an hour. The Tide could run every 30 minutes, and the same with the ferry service, though high winds may stop that service. If you are parked on the street in downtown Norfolk, you have about an hour to move your car. Tonight, no parking signs will go up, so if you usually park on the street, the city is opening the Bush and York Street garages for free. You still have to take a ticket when you enter the garage. Just make sure you leave the garage by 10 o'clock Friday morning. Okay. All right, check this out. A water main break causes a pipe to burst inside a stairwell at the Westin in Virginia Beach. And you can see water flowing down the stairs and out onto the sidewalk. Dispatch tells us it happened around 9 this morning. Crews are still working to repair the break.
What a sight there. Well, stores across Hampton Roads are very busy with shoppers preparing for the big storm. Right now, some are already out of stock and waiting for various shipments. 13 News Now reporter Elise Brown breaks down important supplies you might want to pick up.
The countdown is on. Grab a pen, a notepad. Here are some things you want to get before snowfall. You gotta have snow and ice removal supplies like an ice scraper. Shoppers grabbing what they can from Taylor's Do-It Center on Colley Avenue in Norfolk.
Here I'm getting my shovel ahead of time so I can get the sidewalk cleared for the kids.
Trying to find some salt for the driveway.
What's that journey been like so far?
It's been pretty hectic. No one has any. Everybody's sold out so far.
Manager George Wolf hard at work. He's out of breath trying to keep up with restocking shovels. As for salt, that'll eventually come in.
We got salt coming in from locally on time, and we also got it coming in our regular order this evening.
It's downright cold, and let's be real, who wants to shovel without proper attire? Winter gear can be very expensive, so if you're on a budget, you've got options. The Monticello Avenue CHKD thrift store has deals on gear like this kid's snowsuit and boots.
Well, we have coats and scarves, hats, gloves. You can get a pair of gloves for $1. You can get a hat for $2.
Let's review our list again. Snow removal supplies, check. Attire, check. Next, food.
I'm headed over to the grocery store to get stuff to make chicken soup and pasta and all the, the good comfort foods for in the house.
You'll also want to get food that won't go bad if the power goes out, plus water. And of course, some hot chocolate with extra marshmallows for kids. Many adults telling us they've stocked up on wine. In Norfolk, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
So there you have it. That is the survival guide. Our winter storm coverage continues tonight and tomorrow. We are tracking the roads and snow early tomorrow morning. 13 News Now Daybreak will start a half hour earlier at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning.
An historic Portsmouth church is heavily damaged after a steeple fire that was seen across town. Fire officials say the call came in around 11:30 this morning at Monumental United Methodist. It has sat in Old Town off of High Street for more than 100 100 years. It took about an hour for crews to finally get the fire under control. Surrounding roads are still blocked off, and the fire chief says there was construction happening on the steeple. He says high winds caused big issues as flying shingles caught other businesses on fire.
Caused us a lot of problems early on, but we were able to get enough crews up there and get those things under control pretty quickly and then return to the main body.
Coming up on 13 News Now at 5, our Stephen Graves talks to church members about where they plan to go from here.